Fire ravages through the Odona pedestrian market, with properties worth over thousands of Ghana cedis lost. Meanwhile, the Assembly says that plans are afoot to build a better structure in the year 2021.
Also in the bulletin, Finance Ministry dismisses claims by former Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu that government did not adequately resource his office.
Family of man who died in shooting incidents at Iduase in the Ashanti region blamed police for his death, despite the police's claim that the deceased attempted suicide.
I was there with my mother. She sells at the roadside, so we were there together. When we heard the gunshot and we went there, and I saw my father lying on the floor.
What came over you?
I couldn't stand there, so I came home. I couldn't stand there again.
NDC in Awutu Senya East accuses NPP in the constituency of plotting to assassinate their parliamentary candidate Phyllis Nakoyo Okuno. Meanwhile, the NPP has denied the allegations.
The car was driving into my car, and because I was using my mirrors, I managed to swerve their vehicle, and they drove into a motorbike that was ahead of me. We know that this was not a mere attempt, but it was targeted at killing Nakoyo.
Citi Newsroom coming to you from the Odona pedestrian market. And like years before, the market has been up in flames for hours on end from 1 a.m. on the morning of Wednesday, November 18. My name is Bobiose, and as you can see around me, smoke that has been, billowing as a result of fire that engulfed tens, if not possibly close to 100 or more of shops. Everywhere you look, you have a burned shop. Now, in 2019, January, we recorded a similar incident caused by a faulty refrigerator. Today, we do not know what caused the fire here at the Odona pedestrian market, but people have lost thousands and thousands, if not millions, of Ghana cedis worth of goods. You can see burnt refrigerators, water bottles, some fizzy drinks, but the picture here is that everything has been burned almost beyond recognition. And the story is that a lot of people here actually had shopped and stocked their shops for the Christmas season, and they have essentially lost everything. Now, if you're wondering what is sold here, all manner of things are sold here. You're looking at clothing, you're looking at food, you're looking at accessories. But then I don't know if it is right that such a place would have fridges that will be working 24 hours a day. But it appears that the place is littered with a lot of electrical products, which in 2019 actually was reported as the cause of the fire here. That is a faulty refrigerator. About 10 hours since the place was engulfed in fire, and you can still see that it appears the fight is not over, as some areas of the market is still, engulfed in very thick smoke. The fire service people are trying to open some of the metallic structures. They are having some difficulty, but it appears that 10 hours after the fire started, it still continues to pose a challenge to firemen. I mean, where we are standing, we are seeing some embers of fire flickering, which means that the battle to bring this under control is not over. You're still watching the Citi Newsroom as we try to bring you different angles of this particular story, speak to the authorities on the way forward, as this is becoming a regular occurrence.
Sorry.
We're shopping away, Evan. But they're putting out on. Sorry. So she was just looking on as her container, burns, and filled with smoke. And I'm pretty sure she's wondering how she's going to, thrive.
The Oshimanke. No, what the Oshimanke cannot go Banaken, watch a fast service. Yes, and I met this. Day first, day second, day third, day fourth. This is the 5th time or 6th times. Ni BNA Shaneke, Kay Shaneke, Amena Mushu Shankwe Hawo, no Nakasi Jala is Dente. I won't bagana mind fight. I guess you have 1 minute no problem ni buy and get Jalanemi. One woman who connect Makola was Jalaya be and then walk a Hamekome, Namehoni. A Wakafe, I can't tell you to buy a scan or I know what will be.
In light of the fire outbreak at the Odona pedestrian market, the Deputy Regional Minister for Greater Accra, Madam Elizabeth Saki, as well as the MC for the area, Samuel Ni Ajay Teria, have all come around and they have been giving their thoughts on the way forward to ensure that this occurrence does not happen again.
Let me say that, first of all, we know it has happened concurrently, but then we are here also to know exactly what the issue was, what happened, and what has brought out this. We ourselves have observed that there's a need for access roads and others in the market. So there is the need. That's why the MCE took the lead to take the data so that we can remodel the market and then have a better market. So next time we're not sure we're going to see such occurrence again.
Now, in 2019, they mentioned that it was as a result of a fire caused by a refrigerator. The report that was filed afterwards.
Okay, so what we were aiming to do it's not a project that can be undertaken by the assembly alone. So we have opened up so that we'll get private partners to team up with us to get this work done. So that process has even started before this occurrence. So I believe the leadership of the market, if you talk to them, they will confirm. And this is the profile we've done to know how many people are working here and the various things they sell here, so that the market can be built in a manner with all the access and other things that you are asking for. So we believe going forward, things will get better.
Well, what timelines are we working with? We're in 2020.
Because we are not going to do it alone, and we are still looking for the rightful partnership to do it. This has come as a surprise to all of us, but I believe it will be sometime next year.
Sometime next year. In 2021, we should see a better built market with better roads.
Yes, I believe so.
All right, so you had some executives or some key individuals within the region. First of all, the Deputy Regional Minister is Madam Elizabeth Saki, and then the MC for the area, Samuel Ni Ajay. Here we are. You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. We'll try and engage some other stakeholders as we try and cover this very terrible story. I mean, it's not just, things that have been burnt, but people's lives are, almost up in flames right here at the Odona market around the circle.
Ajile bransi jimoneka wa babiene neka wa babiene jala ne pena na kala ba mi obe gbado ba to ti poye mi se bia ne mo fa agba ni mo fe ne sumo jala mi ni be ka be fe wo ni bi san bia ne bi enyo ye bia ne mo ko me stock me fe sa container fe sa ele de tete ni bi fe sa hot pants singlet can be fair container fe Josephina container enyo mle ko be ka no ko be lace yemi kente yemi mama yemi bedsheet can be fair jatu je 100 million jatu je 200 million jatu more than billion aka bia na be wale ko do ameje ye ni ka we wale am jatu fair container bia na mi ka bi container ete esha Onupache, Laweni be Fesa, Niasa Mogba, Ahoni, a Jalami. I can let a fat gas can be Famaka Honi, no general creature to be a less Ajala. Was an aqua, Cabana Sajobanaba here. I make party be a home boy Jalami.
I've lost everything. The only thing that left to me is Bible. So I'll take it. That is all what's left to me. As for this, I can't say it is well with my soul. I can't say it is well with my soul.
I mean, how much in terms of like investment do you think you've lost?
Already I have items inside, but the one that I invested 3 days today was 5,000. That was 50 million. Yeah. But the one inside, I have student bed sheet, duvet, a lot of things in the shop.
Sorry.
I can't.
Man, relax.
Sell him. More trees here, you're fine.
More trees.
Sell on fine, no.
More trees, you're fine.
Sell on fine, more trees.
All right, so, wow. I mean, she just invested about 5,000 Ghana cedis 3 days ago. She's invested thousands, in the past couple of years of months, selling all types of things, and she essentially can't contain herself. She's lost everything, no hope. And I mean, her mother, who was speaking before her, essentially mentioned that prior, people were not allowed to cook, people were not allowed to use gas and the likes. But it appears that anyone is able to do whatever it is that they want to do, and this has been leading to fires. Now, my colleague Caleb Kuda spoke to the fire service after this morning's fire outbreak from 1 a.m.
It doesn't sound logic for us to bring a tender here without water. Then what do we come and do over here? But you see, they don't understand the nature of our work. The tenders, some have 3,000 gallons of water, some have 4,000 gallons of water. And within 80 minutes, under intensive pumping of the water, it will get finished within 80 minutes. So when they come and within this short time, the water is finished, they conclude that we didn't bring. The last fire, we gave the report to AMA, and AMA made the report public. And they said it was as a result of an electrical fault on a deep freezer that brought about the fire outbreak. For this one, I cannot say that it's the same cause because we are still investigating.
President Akufo-Addo has directed the National Board for Small-Scale Industries, NBSSI, to make available funds to support traders who had their wares destroyed by today's fire at the pedestrian shopping center at Circle here in Accra. Speaking to journalists after inspecting damage caused to shops by the fire, Nana Akufo-Addo says government will embark on a rewiring exercise in the market to forestall such incidents in the future.
So we're looking at providing some support to the women and men who have lost their products through the fire.
How soon is that going to be?
Within the next week, we'll start putting things in place. By tomorrow, we've worked with the MCE to ensure he has a database of all of them. So immediately we'll work with him to ensure that they get something within the week or two.
So the sooner that can be done, the better.
Sure. Yes, Mr. President.
This is really sad. Yes.
What?
First of all, fortunately now the fire has been contained. They identify who the people are, and then we will see what government can do to begin the process of rehabilitating the people. A decision has been made to rewire all the markets in Accra, and obviously this will be a beginning. So we keep the people informed about the steps that government is taking, and then we'll see what comes out of it. It's a big tragedy.
The recent fire outbreak at the Odono market is the latest of many fire outbreaks at markets across the country in recent months. My colleague Ni Aikwe Okai brings us a report of such.
The outbreaks of fire at markets in Ghana is becoming a growing phenomenon, with thousands of properties lost in every incident. Hardly a year passes without the news of a fire outbreak at a market in some parts of the country, causing fear and panic among traders and people residing nearby. This creates much discussion among citizens, with attributions made to arson, misfortune, sabotage, and politics, and in some instances religious differences. However, some reports reveal that the rate of population growth and industrialization, and stable electricity urbanization, negligence, and illegal electrical connections are some of the causes of these fire incidents. On September 10, 2020, about 30 shops were razed down by fire at the Dom Market. August 17, 2020, saw a warehouse and other properties close to the Central Business District in Takrady gutted by fire. On August 6, 2020, fire destroyed 3 stores around the Takwa railway station, destroying goods and properties worth thousands of Ghana cedis. The affected structures included a mobile phone shop, saloon, and a boutique. On July 22, 2020, some parts of the Jabinsewa market in Koforidua had their properties left in ruins after a fire outbreak. Market stalls, shops, and various items were consumed by the inferno. More than 50 wooden structures were gutted by fire at the Onion Market at Old Fadama in Accra earlier this year. The fire destroyed quantities of bags of rice, salt, and other properties running into thousands of Ghana cedis. On February 14, 2020, fire engulfed wooden structures which serve as a place of abode for head porters and scrap dealers at the Gomba line, a slum in the Kumasi metropolis of the Ashanti region, displacing about 200 head porters and scrap dealers. A disturbing fire outbreak at Asokwa Tunsium in the Ashanti region led to the destruction of 17 stores on January 6th. Meanwhile, the Odona Market at Circle has suffered series of fire outbreaks, with a recent incident destroying about 80 shops on Wednesday night, January 16, 2019. That not being the last to be recorded at the market, Wednesday, November 18, 2020, also witnessed another fire outbreak at same market. In most of these instances, no casualties are recorded. However, the emotional trauma left on victims are much devastating.
On a normal day, this place will be filled with traders on the walkways, pedestrian areas, and then the lawn will be left, untouched. But today, you find that traders who have been affected by the Odona pedestrian market fire outbreak, which started at 1 a.m., have been forced to move some of their wares onto the lawn. You can see particularly fridges as well as other things, essentially just to escape the fire outbreak that occurred earlier. Today on the Citi Newsroom, we've tried to engage some key stakeholders, some people who have been affected by the fire, and the general story is that this is an occurrence that has been happening too often, and something critical needs to be done to ensure that we don't see a repeat of this in subsequent years.
The Ministry of Finance has refuted claims by the former Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu that government did not adequately resource the office to discharge its duties. In his resignation letter to President Akufo-Addo, Martin Amidu alleged that the office of the Special Prosecutor was denied the needed funds to work. In a budget performance report released by the Finance Ministry detailing budgetary allocations made in the year 2018 to 2020, it says the inability by the office to initiate transactions on the government integrated financial and management information system platform led to the non-release of the funds. Here are excerpts of the report.
The former Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu had made public declarations about the under-resourcing of his office and how that was hampering the discharge of his duties. Responding to the comments and showing the trends in budgetary allocations and releases to the office of the Special Prosecutor between 2018 to 2020, the Finance Ministry indicated that the year 2018 recorded the lowest allocation of 3.7 million cedis. They attributed it to the fact that the office had been freshly established and that their allocation formed part of the 2018 budget of the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General's office. In 2019, the Finance Ministry indicates that a little over 180 million cedis was approved, out of which 65.6 million cedis was released. Also, an amount of 63.1 million cedis was released as of November 16, 2020, when the Special Prosecutor tendered in his resignation. The report concludes that one major challenge identified during the implementation of the budget within the period 2018 and 2020 is the Office of the Special Prosecutor's inability to initiate transactions on the GIFMIS platform to facilitate the release of funds.
Now, in some other news, the family of a 31-year-old man who died in a shooting incident at Ayudiase in the Ashanti region is blaming the police for his death, despite the police's claim that the deceased attempted suicide. The family has denied reports that the deceased, Francis Zabanga, shot himself in Tuesday's incident. The deceased allegedly shot a 52-year-old man, Kwame Amwa, when they both engaged in an altercation in a road rage at Ayudiase near the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. City News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Relatives of Francis Zabanga are basing their claims on a video circulating on social media in which a man believed to be a police officer in white apparel targeted the victim and shot in his direction. In that video, another uniformed police officer also held a gun pointing upwards. Police in the Ashanti region explained that Francis Zabanga, after allegedly shooting Kwame Amwa in the course of the misunderstanding, shot himself in the head. Both Francis and Amwa later died at the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital while on admission. Sister to Francis Zabanga, Lydia Azabanga, described her late brother as calm but insisted he was shot by the police.
Police didn't know and they shoot to their chance. On the shoot to no sabaho, but not minimum on the yes, I'll buy Gio. No baho, no one can send to me and Connie Collis no and a call, Minion and Chain, Bojan and Chain and Odish Oshe. At the end, Shannon or the shoot to no one or the bar, Confanosho.
Because I know shooting.
Minion it means shooting who done a shooting who I didn't know self police for so mumbra. Send on him so be Kunhudia and who yourself be free police. Or no one a free police for. Video nearby, you know. And you who say a police no. Video nearby and you who say a police ni in the coon, a chas. Was that show before say Francis Nankasan shoot to Minion one yes that.
At the residence of deceased Kwame Amwa, sympathizers and neighbors trooped in to commiserate with his widow and the 5 children he left behind. One of his daughters narrated the terrifying scenes before the demise of her father.
Actually, I was there. I was there with my mother. She sells at the roadside, so we were there together. When we heard the gunshot and we went there, then I saw my father lying on the floor.
What came over you?
I couldn't stand there, so I came home. I couldn't stand there again. I rushed home and I locked myself inside the room and I was crying.
Did you feel your father was going to survive?
Yes. Because when he was lying, I saw him moving. He was moving. I didn't see that, like, he was dead. So I knew that he would survive.
Meanwhile, police is yet to comment on the latest development.
You're still watching the City Newsroom on Citi TV. Still to come, NDC in Awutu Senya East accuses NPP in the constituency of plotting to assassinate their parliamentary candidate Phyllis Nakoyo Kuno. Meanwhile, the NPP has denied the allegations.
There are details of that particular story and many others right after this break. Do stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. engineering solutions from the heart of Takrade, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil off the Takrade Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to give them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Hi, my name is Salamatu. Yes, these are both me. You see, before free SHS, my life could have taken 2 very different paths. The SHS path depended on how much money my parents had, what sacrifices they were willing to make, and whether they would send me or my little brother Issa to SHS. The other part is what would have become of me if there was no free SHS. But today, thanks to free SHS, my future is bright and promising.
Congratulations, you have a name. He's a boy.
Instead of depending on others, I will stand on my own feet and help my family. Free SHS is where my dreams for a better future and the dreams of thousands of young girls become a reality. Don't let NDC take it away from us. Vote for NPP and give all Ghanaian girls a chance for a better future.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18. Not recommended for pregnant women. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Looking for something new this November? Looking for star-studded suspense?
It's what rich, entitled people do when threatened. They conceal the ugly truths to protect themselves.
Maybe you're in search of true love.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got a crush on you, baby, would you be my boo?
What about a bit of family drama? Need something to keep the kids entertained?
We're ready to help with the case, Mira. We'll look for clues.
Perhaps criminally good comedy is your thing. Whatever you're in the mood for, look no further than DSTV.
Hello again. A spokesperson on health for the 2020 NDC manifesto, Sylvester Mensah, has appealed to Ghanaians affected by the excesses of the Rawlings regime to forgive him. According to him, the demands and pressures of the era fed into the excesses of the regime, but in the spirit of reconciliation, victims should find a place in their hearts to forgive. Speaking to the media after signing the Book of Condolence in honor of the memory of former President Rawlings, Sylvester Mensah indicated that death has robbed the country of a visionary and a good leader.
On day 3 of the signing of the Book of Condolence in honor of the memory of Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings, members of the Old Ashmortons Association traditional rulers, among others, took turns to write in the Book of Condolence. After signing the book, founding member of the NDC and a spokesperson on health for the 2020 manifesto of the party, Sylvester Mensah appealed to victims of the Rawlings regime to forgive him.
At this time of his departure, we can only mourn and appeal to those who have been victims of the excesses during his regime to have some space in their hearts to forgive. Times have been rough, and the times and the manners when he emerged were completely different. The pressures, the demands, the slogans all fed into their actions and the excesses that obtained at the time.
For his part, Minister for Youth and Sports in the Rawlings regime, E.T. Mensah, shared lessons from the life of Rawlings.
Respect from the younger generation is number one, discipline. Discipline is the key to success in life. And it doesn't pay to rush or run. If you rush, you fall and fail. It pays if you go through the life and works of the late president. You appreciate what I'm telling you.
Old students of Ashimota School, the alma mater of the late former president, signed the Book of Condolence. President of the association, Professor Ernest Aite, spoke to the media after the signing of the book.
It's not about being the big man or the big woman. It's about being a servant. It's important for us as we aspire to leadership positions to think about how we can serve our people. It is our job as leaders to solve problems. So that's what we can take from the life of our former president, our late former president.
Moving on, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in Ewutu Senya East is accusing members of the New Patriotic Party in the constituency of plotting to assassinate their parliamentary candidate, Phyllis Koyo Okunom. Now, according to the NDC, a near-fatal accident was averted when the convoy of the incumbent MP for the area, Mavis Hawakumsin, almost ran into her vehicle. Now, this, however, led to 2 passengers on board a motorbike that was leading the NDC parliamentary candidate injured in the process and the motorbike destroyed. But the NPP has denied the allegations, accusing the NDC of mischief. Central Regional Correspondent Calvus Tete has more.
The National Democratic Congress, at a press conference, accused the NPP of fomenting trouble in the constituency. They accused the incumbent MP for the area, who doubles as the Minister for Special Development Initiative, Mavis Hawakumsin, of trying to kill the MDC candidate, Phyllis Koyo Okunom, when she was returning from Kaswa to her home in the late hours of Tuesday, resulting in 2 persons sustaining injuries in the process. The NDC says the convoy of the incumbent MP moved in the direction of their candidate, forcing her to skid off the road, nearly resulting in an accident. The NDC candidate, Phyllis Koyo Okunom, spoke to Citi News about the incident.
Upon the escorts, when we got to La Rota, then we saw the convoy of Hawakumsin driving at very top speed behind us. And you know, when you know the La Rota road very, very well, it cannot take 3 cars. Sometimes, even with 2 cars, the 2 cars must squeeze to meander its way through. So when I think the 3rd vehicle of Hawakumsin got to my car, and I was driving myself yesterday, and they knew I was driving, the car was driving into my car. And because I was using my mirrors, I managed to swerve their vehicle, and they drove into a motorbike that was ahead of me. The motorbike had 2 of our executives on it. They got injured. The one was immediately rushed to the hospital One followed us to the police station to lodge a complaint. The motorbike got damaged beyond repair. And we know that this was not a mere attempt, but it was targeted at killing Nakoyo.
Incumbent MP Mavis Hawakumsen denied the allegations and rather accused the NDC of mischief.
Citi area ho ye tina ho ana baba we ya woni mi today wo be chem wo hu se mi case wona mi ni so bi da ko ka chen matise so ti mante mo na o ni case chem e ka keto aba ko di family ma branch ni so ana ye tina nchen mante mo fo se ha ye ni wuti area wo ma wo hu se wo yan ko aba afena oh, sorry. Giddy, me deja, some young one making, or what me were dancing for, area awful. I say, now about me, yes, was say, me name and call for Abba Mesway, boom. Opa TV were here. Send me a figure.
Now moving to the Upper East region, the regent of the Mamprose tribe at Boko, Alhaji Ibrahim Adam Zangbeo, has charged all ethnic groups in the area to coexist peacefully ahead of the general elections in December. There is more in this report.
The Damba festival is celebrated by the people of Mamprugu, Dagbong, Nanumba and Gonja to mark the new year of the Damba lunar month. The festival is also used to glorify and thank Allah and their ancestors for good health and prosperity. It also provides an opportunity to deliberate on welfare issues for all. Mamprosis in Boku celebrated the Damba festival with a display of rich culture and tradition and a call for peaceful elections. Spokesperson for the Mamprosis regent, Mohammed Tahiru Nambe, advised voters to go back home after casting their ballots and wait for the outcome of the elections.
Politics is not about violence. Politics is about choices. And democracy is what you want and what somebody also wants. He's praying that on the 7th of December, we should all go and exercise our civil right by voting. When we finish voting, we may go back home and rest. Maybe towards evening we can converge and listen to whoever made the winner in a particular electoral area or polling station. The one thing I say is that the choices should not result in the violence that has characterized some other nations. And he's praying that whoever wins should see development as a person and as a conduit for democracy.
The spokesperson for the youth of Mamprosis in the area, Abubakar Wuni, also appealed to the youth to work together for a peaceful election and ensure that no one uses them to foment trouble.
We, the Mamprosis, want to send a clear message to all ethnic groups in Boko, and that is we are for peace and we will continue to work for peace. We will do all that we can to ensure that there is peace during and after the election, of course before the election. Our message is also that in this election everybody has a candidate, be it the presidential or the parliamentary.
Now, President Akufo-Addo will on 25th November commission the first phase of the redevelopment of the Bechebi-Lamte interchange. Now, the interchange is a 3-tier infrastructure consisting of the graphic road flyover to separate traffic on the Kanishi-Malam Road. The redevelopment is to ease traffic on the stretch. The Minister for Roads and Highways disclosed this during a tour of the Bechebi-Lamte and Pokwase interchanges and the Hansonic drains in Accra. City News' Kweku Iduamansa joined the Minister and has the following report.
The redevelopment of the Obechebi-Lamte circle into a 3-tier interchange is to ease traffic on the road which links Kanishi, Graphic Road, Kwame Nkrumah Circle and Abusokai. The project, which commenced in October 2019, is estimated to cost about $39 million. The first phase consists of a 2-tier interchange with storm drains and culverts beneath the Graphic Road. It will link the Kanishi Market to the central business district of Accra and through a loop to the Kwame Nkrumah interchange area. According to the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amwakwata, the first phase of the interchange is about 99% ready for use.
By Monday, Tuesday, everything will be set for the commissioning. And let me again remind you that this is the first phase. They are opening this bridge to traffic. So this long queues, the traffic that we see, we are opening this first phase, which is completed to traffic, to ease the congestion and to reduce the hardship and the discomfort and the inconveniences that the motoring public is going through.
A similar project at the Pokwase interchange is expected to be opened to traffic before Christmas. Resident engineer for the 4-tier Pokwase interchange says work is ongoing steadily.
The main road, and we are working to open other left turns and right turns. So just as we saw on the section from Awoshi to Accra, that section has been asphalted. We are also looking at from Kumasi to Pabenya. We are working on it as we speak now, and hopefully before the end of the month, a lot of these ones will also come on board. And as I've said, we are getting into the Yuletide, and we would want, we know that during the Christmas season, there's a lot of traffic. So we are very sensitive to that, and we want to respond. Even if we have to open it partially, we will do that, of course, ensuring that all those who use the roads are safe.
Meanwhile, at the Hansonic Junction, close to Kanishi, the roads minister was infuriated by the poor hygiene practiced by the residents in the area. Most of the drains had been blocked because of the indiscriminate dumping of refuse.
They are bringing out fridges, they are bringing out sewing machines, they are bringing out mortars, pulses, whatever you can think of. It's amazing that people throw in all these electrical appliances. How can any sane Ghanaian do this? And these are the very people who will be complaining, who will be blaming the MCE, who will be blaming government, who will be calling on government, who will be calling on the urban roads to come and desilt.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. We're taking a breather. When we return, interference from politicians and chiefs are identified as a major challenge in the fight against illegal logging in the Guaso Forest District of the Ahava region.
We'll bring you the details shortly. Don't go away.
2 weeks ago, I had nowhere to turn to. I needed funds urgently. That's when I ran into Wafakofi. It's you, Wafakofi.
Hello.
It's good I saw you here.
Really?
You know, with businesses restarting after the lockdown, getting funds has been really difficult to pay for some of the goods in high demand, and my supply is no longer selling on credit.
Sister Ama, my financial partner is Advanced Savings and Loans. Advanced stayed by my side all through the COVID crisis. They offered me grace period. They also gave me advice on how to manage my business, and now they are here to help me clear my containers by offering me a loan.
Are you sure they are giving out loans even during the COVID pandemic?
Yes, Advanced Ghana has you covered.
So that's how I got a loan to stock up my shop.
Call us on 0800 355 355 or visit our nearest branch for our various loan and deposit products. Advance, your preferred financial partner.
During tough times, We need a competent leader we can trust to keep us all safe.
Nana gave me free water when I needed it most to keep me clean and safe from COVID-19.
Nana gave me lower cost of internet during COVID-19 to operate my small business from home.
Nana told us to trust him to keep our children safe from COVID-19 when we sent them back to school. Nana was right.
Nana gave me free electricity in my hour of need during COVID-19.
Nana told us to trust him to keep Ghana safe from COVID-19.
You've come a long way from where you started, and in that time, you've upgraded a lot. But have you upgraded your entertainment? When you upgrade to GoTV Max, everyone gets an upgrade. Football fans can up their game with La Liga and get all new action with the NBA and NFL on a brand new channel, ESPN. The kids will go crazy for the most popular kids shows, and family night is sorted with blockbuster movies on TNT. Plus, our local celebrities will keep you connected to your continent, while our general entertainment channels will take you international. There's a whole lot for the whole family when you upgrade to GoTV Max. So make the move today and give your family an upgrade they'll love. GoTV. Live it, love it.
In Ghana, the law enjoins all drivers and passengers in a moving vehicle to wear a seatbelt. No excuse is good enough for not wearing a seatbelt. Seatbelts that are fitted in vehicles are adjustable, so please adjust it to suit you. Let it rest as close as possible to the body. As a driver, before you drive off, ensure everyone else, especially children in the vehicle, have fastened their seatbelts. The airbag is not an alternative to a seatbelt, because in the event of a crash, only the fastened seatbelt will stop a passenger from being thrown far forward. So buckle up. Stop road crashes now. Stay alive.
This road safety education is brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority.
Hello again. The flag bearer of the People's National Convention, PNC, Mr. David Apasara, on Wednesday ended his 3-day tour of the Upper West region with a call on residents to vote massively for the PNC in the December polls to honor former President Dr. Hila Liman, who hails from the area. According to him, the two major political parties have over the years neglected the region, hence the need to bring back the PNC to address the development gaps in the area. There is more in this report by Citi News' Latif Mahama.
The PNC's flag bearer, David Apasara, his running mate, Pastor Divan Aivo, accompanied by their national chairman, Moses Daniba, and some national executives, started the 3-day tour of the Upper West region with a courtesy call on the palace of the paramount chief of the Tumu traditional area.
We are here to tell the people what PNC has for them. We want to let the people know that we have a very good policy for education. We are going to grant free education from kindergarten to tertiary level. And then we are going to have a very good policy for agricultural development. We are going to have investment capital that will be readily accessible to the people so that they can embark on agricultural production. We are going to stop the importation of rice. We're going to produce it here.
The team also addressed separate rallies at Tafiese, Manduano, Nabulo, Baweswe, and Wallumbele, where they took turns to outline key policies in their manifesto and to introduce the parliamentary candidate for the Sisal East, Kingsley Canton, to the electorate. Mr. Kingsley Canton, who lost the last parliamentary elections with a little over 700 votes to the NPP, speaking to the media after addressing the enthusiastic crowd at Baweswe, said he is confident of winning the Sisal East seat this time around.
There's a lot of youth unemployment in the constituency. Teaming youth, they have nothing to do. The government...
Interference from politicians and chiefs has been identified as a major challenge in the fight against illegal logging in the Goso Forest District of the Ahafo region.
Now, the Deputy Manager of the Goso Forestry District, George Boame, is calling for an end to interference in their work to enable them fight illegal logging.
The Goso Forest District, located in the Ahafo region, covers 4 political districts, namely Esunafo South, Esunafo North, Asitifi South, and North. There are 6 forest reserves within the Goso Forest District. These forest reserves include Subin, Ayum, Bonsambepo, Aburi, Bonkone, and Abum. Just like other challenges affecting forest reserves across the country, especially illegal logging, the Goso Forest District Office is also facing a similar problem. However, despite the seizure of 50 motorbikes and 3,000 chainsaw machines from these illegal chainsaw operators, the act is still persisting. The Goso Forest District Office, as part of efforts in fighting illegal logging, recently impounded some vehicles loaded with illegal lumber. The Deputy Manager of the Goso Forest District, George Boame, is, however, blaming interference from politicians and chiefs as a major challenge affecting the fight against illegal logging.
We still have illegal chainsawing and so on going on. Illegal logging going on. It is a very difficult area that a lot of people have entered into the business and being sponsored by very high sophisticated people around from areas like Techimai, like all the centers where Accra and other places. And it is becoming very difficult. Now, one of the things that is impeding us from doing all this is the interference. There are political interference, chieftaincy interference, and all those kind of things.
Mr. Boame noted that despite the challenges they are going through, they will continue to discharge their duties diligently.
I would have preferred that forestry is left alone to do the work professionally, and people who are caught in this act should face the law strictly, and that would deter others from involving themselves in this, because when people are arrested and they don't face the law, they think they have backing. Yes, tomorrow they jump into it again, and that becomes very difficult for us to deal with illegal chainsaw.
Right behind me are chainsaws, close to 3,000 seized by the forestry department right here in the district. Apart from this, there are also motors belonging to these illegal chainsaw operators that have also been seized. This is a major challenge in the area, and they are calling for support to clamp down on this illegal mining, illegal logging within the area. For Citi News, Marcus Aponinfum, Goso.
And that's how we wrap up. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Remember that our website, citynewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Firme Dunyami.
And I am Bobie Ose. It's been a pleasure coming your way.
Ghana goes to the polls on December 7th, and Citi TV gets to work. From 6 a.m. on December 7th, bringing you all the action and reports, with our correspondents covering all 275 constituencies. Be assured of exhaustive and definitive coverage of Ghana's 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections. Our team of seasoned journalists will dissect the issues and give minute-by-minute accounts of the election. Bernard Avler, Vivian Kai Loko, Kojo Akoto Boateng, Nathan Kwao, Frema Edunyame, Abena Nyameche Ampedu, Umaru Sanda Amadou, Zoe Abu Beidou, Nana Tufo, the Election Bureau, Ghana's election covered. Coverage starts at 6 a.m. on December 7th on Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM. Rigworld Solutions is a wholly owned Ghanaian company that offers multiple engineering solutions for the extractive and petrochemical industries. We manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings. From our factory at Kejebri in Takrade in the western region of Ghana, Rigworld Solutions employs Ghanaians to produce world-class products. With cutting-edge technology, all products are manufactured to ensure the strictest adherence to customer specifications. The threading, cutting, chamfering, and stamping of the bars are modeled around the ISO 9001 global standard. Safety is at the heart of every production process at Rigworld Solutions. From the coating to the sun blasting, the washing and the phosphate treatment